Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Wayne County has paid off all of its short-term loans. Farmington will hold an open house on its airport layout plan. Plus, the Clearwater High School gymnasium will have new bleachers in time for the basketball season. All of these stories, and when will those triple-digit temperatures begin?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and these are the top stories we're working on for you at this hour. Wayne County has paid off all of its short-term loans. A cash flow issue had forced the county to take out a loan of more than $100,000, as well as transfer $25,000 from the Road and Bridge Fund. Presiding Commissioner Brian Polk tells 18 Eyewitness News when the county received this year's PILT money from the federal government, $168,000, they were able to pay off and repay and transfer the money back to the fund.
We actually had budgeted approximately about $145,000 what we anticipated receiving this year. That's what we received last year. So our payment was about $20,000 more than what we anticipated, but it's still about $30,000 short of what we had received in the years past.
PILT, or Payment in Lieu of Taxes, is money paid to counties throughout the United States from the Department of Interior for federal property that cannot be taxed, such as National Forest Service lands and Army Corps of Engineers property. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. It's going to be a hot one, right, Dustin?
Good evening, Frank. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures are continuing to be warm at this hour. 93 in St. Genevieve and Festus, 94 in Fredericktown, 93 in Cape Girardeau, 93 in Poplar Bluff, and 94 right now in Van Buren. As we head through the evening hours, we're going to still be on the warm side, 93 degrees and 7 p.m. Sunny skies, clear skies, and 85 by 9, 77 and clear skies by midnight. It's just going to continue to go warm through southeast Missouri. As we head through the day tomorrow through Saturday, we have a heat advisory in effect through southeast Missouri, and it's going to last for the rest of the week into the weekend. I'll give you more details on your forecast coming up later in weather.
The city of Farmington will host an informational open house Monday afternoon from 4 until 7. Administrator Greg Beavers tells 18 Eyewitness News that the meeting will review the city's airport layout plan and provide information to property owners who may be affected by that plan, particularly those living on either end of Farmington's runway.
We have a couple of different pieces in this. On the north end of the runway, which is the south end of Jefferson Street, we've got a number of properties in that area that have trees that are in the glide slope safety zone for our airport.
Beavers tells 18 Eyewitness News in those cases, the city will need to negotiate easements, and in other cases, they may have to acquire the property itself.
You know, we don't do this stuff through eminent domain. We do it through negotiated purchase. But there are some homes we'd like to buy. We did buy one home back this spring that was, listed on the market for sale, so we went ahead and took the opportunity to go ahead and purchase that home.
The open house will be held Monday afternoon from 4 until 7 at Farmington's City Hall. The Clearwater School District is moving forward with the improvements funded by the Proposition Kids bond issue. One of those upgrades is new bleachers for the high school gymnasium. At last week's board meeting, trustees purchased new bleachers from Heartland Seating. Superintendent Blaine Keel says the Heartland bid was almost $50,000 less than the competing bid.
The really nice thing for the community is one entire side of the gymnasium are going to have backs on those seats. And so for people to come in and sit and watching sporting events or graduation, there's going to be backs on half of the seating in the gymnasium.
Keel expects the new bleachers should be installed right around October the 1st. Well, after gas prices across southeast Missouri nearly reached $4 a gallon back in March, regular unleaded has dropped steadily and now hovers right around $3.13 a gallon. According to senior petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan of GasBuddy.com, a number of factors are putting downward pressure on gas prices.
I think that's the most likely situation, be in the low $3 range for much of summer. And perhaps then by September, October, we could see widespread prices under $3 a gallon.
DeHaan says gas prices always find a way to surprise us one way or another, but for now, the outlook is for prices to continue to drop.
I think that's the most likely situation, be in the low $3 range for much of summer. And perhaps then by September, October, we could see widespread prices under $3 a gallon.
You can always find the lowest gas prices in our area by clicking on the Gas Buddy icon on Froggy96online.com. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, work on the Highway 67 interchange at Bonne Terre is moving right along. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Doniphan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction continues at Bonne Terre's Highway 67 interchange. Missouri Department of Transportation resident engineer Jason Williams says the contractor is paving the northbound off-ramp.
That work is partially complete. We still have not completed the paving down at the very bottom of the ramp, but we have finished the main portion of the ramp.
Williams tells 18 Eyewitness News that preparations will be made this week as well as for the new traffic signals.
The electrical contractor will be in this week to start boring holes for their foundations for their signal poles.
Williams expects the construction to be completed at the Bonne Terre interchange by early October. Well, the investigation continues into a large field fire that closed down Highway 25 and Highway 60 in Stoddard County on Tuesday. It started on County Road 607 just south of Dexter. The fire ran for about a mile north of Highway 60 and then about 11 miles south to Burney along the Burlington Northern Railroad bed. Smoke and poor visibility closed both lanes of Highway 25 south of Dexter to just Burney. One eastbound lane of Highway 60 in the area was also closed. Authorities believe sparks from a train may have started the fire, but Union Pacific was not grinding the tracks at the time. The city of Perryville is canceling their 4th of July fireworks show. City Administrator Brett Burke says the Perryville Rotary Club, which funds the annual event, and the fire department have discussed the situation and decided to postpone the show until another undetermined time. Burke notes that the fire danger scale currently lists Perryville at extreme, which is the highest threat for fires. Mayor Debbie Gahan concurs with the decision and asks that Perryville residents not set off their own fireworks because of the very dry conditions. The Iron County Genealogy Society will host a special Civil War program on Tuesday, July 3rd. Historians Chris Warren and his wife Twyla will present unsung heroes and heroines of Civil War Missouri. Their lives and times will be featured.
We are focusing on some people that were pretty famous for their day and age, but seem to have slipped through the cracks of history, and people have not heard of them. One of our people that we will be talking about was the first female military telegrapher in the United States, and she was stationed at Mineral Point during the Civil War and went on to become one of the first female doctors in the state of Missouri.
The Warrens will present their program Tuesday evening at 7 in the Ironton Library meeting room. And still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, another way dogs are proving to be man's best friend. Don Arnold tells us about how curing cancer in pets could pay dividends for humans. Next in today's Your Health.
And coming up here in just a few minutes after the break, I'll give you details on the heat that's moving into southeast Missouri. We'll be right back.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Storm Tracker 18 Weather is brought to you by CNC Distributing.
Devastating tornadoes can destroy your home in just seconds. Are you and your family protected? I'm Clinton Bailey with CNC Distributing, and I want to introduce you to the best storm shelter anywhere. Our storm shelters will seat up to 15 people comfortably. They have lights and ventilation, and most importantly, they will save your family from the devastation of tornadoes. Remember back in the day about everyone had some sort of storm shelter, and now you can too. Let me show you how affordable our storm shelters are. Call me, Clinton, at 573-330-8869.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. It was another warm day here in southeast Missouri, and it's only going to get warmer. Let's take a look at weather headlines, and as you can see, it's going to be a hot one. We have a heat advisory in effect from noon Thursday through 7 p.m. on Saturday. Temperatures are going to be well over 100 degrees, and it doesn't look like there's any relief in sight. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are hot out there. 93 right now in Cape Girardeau, 94 in Fredericktown, as well as in Piedmont. Van Buren at 94. 94 in Potosi and 93 in Festus. And here at the station, we have a current temperature of 95 degrees under a sunny sky right now. Feels like 95 with current dew point 51, 21% humidity, and a south wind at 10 miles per hour. Like I said, a hot day is expected for your day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine and hot air. We're going to be 106 degrees here in Farmington, surrounding areas, warm. It's just going to be a hot day for southeast Missouri. That's why the heat advisory has been put in place. So for tonight, clear skies, low around 69, southwest wind 5 to 10. Temperatures in the 60s from Festus through Poplar Bluff, 65 in Piedmont, 63 in Van Buren, Poplar Bluff, 66 and 64 in Ironton. Then tomorrow, here's the hot weather. 105 in Festus, 105 through Potosi, Piedmont, 105, 106 in Poplar Bluff, 106 here in Farmington, southwest wind 5 to 10. And the next several days are looking like this. Once again, hot, hot, and hot. Really can't explain it other than that. We're seeing temperature around 103 on Friday. Plenty of sunshine Saturday and Sunday, 102, 101, 102 on Monday. A little bit cooler on Tuesday with the temperature around 96 and 100 degrees on Wednesday with mostly sunny skies. Another look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. 102 on Saturday with plenty of sunshine, and 101 on Sunday with plenty of sunshine as well. Let's check your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at Froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Another hot week across the heartland, right, Dustin? Well, now here's Don Arnold with Your Health on 18 Eyewitness News. Don?
On average, a dog is diagnosed with cancer about every 5 seconds in this country. While the diagnosis is always troubling, there is hope. Research into canine cancer is growing, and scientists are finding that certain types of cancer are remarkably similar to those in humans. With more on the efforts to save our four-legged friends, here's Clark Powell.
Tracy Jenkins knows that her Australian Shepherd is one lucky dog. Just a year ago, Bear was facing a rather grisly situation.
We started feeling like a little something on his salivary gland, like on his throat, the right side, and it just grew pretty quickly.
Like 6 million other dogs each year, Bear was diagnosed with cancer.
Hi, Bear. How are you?
Unlike most, he was enrolled in a clinical trial to study a cancer drug made specifically for dogs. Dr. Cheryl London of Ohio State's Veterinary Medical Center helped test that drug, and after seeing the striking similarities between some dog and human cancers, she now runs a clinic dedicated to finding cures for both.
The goal of what we do in dogs and cats with cancer is to try to evaluate new therapies before they make it into humans with cancer so that we can better inform the human side about what drugs might work.
In fact, after seeing how well the drug Palladia worked in dogs like Bear, scientists developed an almost identical drug for use in humans, the first ever to be approved simultaneously for 2 different types of cancer. At Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center, doctors say that could be just the beginning. As dogs here get access to cutting-edge medicines, doctors learn more about how they may someday help humans.
We have 3 pharmaceutical companies right now that are having us test new drugs prior to entering the human clinical arena, and they're asking us to tell them what are the side effects, what is the activity of this drug, how best can it be used.
And by helping to answer those questions, dogs like Bear could be leading researchers down the right path for treating humans in the future. At Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
You'll be happy to know that today Bear is cancer-free. Here's another advantage to testing new therapies on dogs. Doctors say that it can take up to 10 years to find human patients and conduct the drug studies, but with dogs, they can find out in as little as 2 years.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, can the key to a successful marriage start with a pair of running shoes? You'll meet one couple who's taking their marriage to the finish line on Focus on the Family.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals go for their second series sweep in a row tonight in Miami. Former St. Louis Blues forward Adam Oates is going to Hockey's Hall of Fame, and Mizzou curators approve a Faurot Field expansion. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
A day after needing a late rally to snatch a victory back from the Miami Marlins, the Cardinals scored enough runs early for Kyle Loesch to lead them to a less dramatic victory Tuesday night. The Redbirds scored 5 unearned runs in the first inning and then followed Loesch to a 5-2 victory Tuesday night. Loesch went 7 1/3 strong innings, winning for the second time in 2 starts at Marlins Park. Jason Mott pitched a perfect ninth for his 16th save. Yadier Molina had the biggest blast of the night, a 3-run home run. Molina has a home run in 3 consecutive games for the 3rd time in his career. The Cardinals go for their second series sweep tonight. Rookie Joe Kelly, who provided the difference in Monday's extra inning win with an RBI single, will get the start. Former St. Louis Blues forward Adam Oates will be inducted to hockey's Hall of Fame. Oates, who played 195 games for St. Louis and scored 286 points while wearing the note, retired in 2004. Over his 19-year career, he played for 7 teams. He finished with the 6th highest total of assists for a career with 1,063. The 2012 induction celebration will be held on Monday, November 12th at the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. Missouri celebrated the final countdown to officially becoming a member of the SEC by unveiling the details of what it hopes will become a $200 million facilities upgrade. On Tuesday, the Board of Curators approved the athletic department's master plan with its emphasis on the expansion of Faurot Field. The first $102 million in updates is ready to launch with the help of a $30 million gift from the Kansas City Sports Trust. The remainder of the initial phase will be paid for with bond financing. Work will be completed in stages over the next 3 years, including the addition of 5,000 general admission seats and 1,000 club seats on the east side of the football stadium. Other upgrades include a press box renovation, expansion of the north concourse, and structural improvements. A new indoor practice facility also is planned but has not been designed. Missouri will officially become a member of the SEC on Sunday. And for more than a month, the Rams' 2012 rookie class spent hours doing everything they could to learn how to become professional football players. When all of the organized team activities and mini camps came to an end, the majority of the Rams roster departed, but the rookies stayed behind for a different sort of education. The Rams' 35 rookies, 10 drafted, 25 undrafted, took part in what has become a rite of passage in St. Louis. All last week, the rookies took part in community activities such as building playgrounds, helping rebuild homes in Joplin, and assisting at the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with today's Your Life segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
I'm Stacy Johnson. You know, braces can be a ritual for many kids and an expensive one. It doesn't have to be. 5 tips to take the bite out of braces. That's just ahead on Money Talks News.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-709.
All marriages start out happy. What happens to about half of them along the way? Dr. Bill Meyer introduces us to a couple who think they've got it figured out.
What are you on?
0.9.
Oh, you're ahead of me now. I gotta speed up. Trevor and Kim are training for what's known as a sprint triathlon.
Which would be a 5K, 3 miles, some are 4, a 12-mile bike ride, and it could be up to a half a mile swim.
Both fitness instructors, Trevor and Kim know a lot about training for the long haul, which is the same approach they take in marriage.
25 years in, you know, we're at marathon distance in our relationship.
Trevor compares the early years of a relationship to the urge to sprint at the beginning of a race.
You start out sprinting, and then you got to slow down. At the beginning, you know, it's all, you know, flowers and chocolates and going out to dinner, and, you know, long term, you know, you just can't eat chocolate and have flowers every day.
So what's the key to surviving when it's not all flowers and chocolate? when your relationship is impacted by the reality of kids, finances, and stress? Well, successful runners say you make a choice to push through the pain.
If you've run long distance and you're 10 miles out, do you really want to go 16 more? Do you really want to go one more? I mean, it starts to hurt. And I think that, again, in a marriage, you're going to come to those junctures where it's a little bit painful, and you got to work through it.
Keeping that good, steady pace helps you keep on running when your relationship may feel stale.
A lot of things in life can be boring, whether it's exercise, whether it's going to work. But part of that is just that commitment. That's what I'm going to do. And I think a lot has to do with our mental attitude.
The right mental attitude, that long-term perspective of the marathoner, will help reap the rich rewards waiting at the finish line, including a love that lasts a lifetime. For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, you can visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. Well, if you've got kids, you might be facing a big expense, braces. But if there's an orthodontist in your future, there are ways to save money. You can get braces for free. Money expert Stacy Johnson has some advice to take the bite out of braces.
Go for it, because even though it's 2 years and you have to go to a lot of pain and it's like a long process, it's worth it at the end because you get a really good smile and it gets you like a lot of confidence.
That's 16-year-old Brenda Leone extolling the virtues of braces. Of course, she's not the one on the hook for the thousands of dollars they cost, but as it turns out, neither's her mom.
A friend told me about the program, so I went through myself through the internet and do the research. And then I, print the papers, fill it out, and send it to the papers to see if I was going to be approved.
This is the program that helped Brenda and her mom. Smiles Change Lives. It matches volunteer orthodontists to low-income families. The orthodontist volunteers their time and the patient only pays $500. And this isn't the only program out there.
The American Association of Orthodontists also has lists of operations, and they're on AAO.org and braces.org. And you can get all that information right off the internet.
Make too much to qualify for help? There are other things you can do. Insurance could help, although it rarely covers more than half the cost. Another idea, if there's a dental school in your area, they might work for less. Idea number 3, explain your situation and simply ask for a lower price. Another possibility is to ask to spread your payments out interest-free. Try to get a payment plan customized to your needs. And the last idea, shop. This is an expensive treatment. There's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion or a second estimate. I've got more information as well as links to dental schools and programs right here at MoneyTalksNews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to MoneyTalksNews.com.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-797.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Dustin, a week or two ago, we were kind of making light of the hot temperatures coming, but my goodness, when I was on Froggy 96 this morning looking at the forecast, 106 degrees by tomorrow is nothing to make light of. Now, I understand there's some cooling centers that are set up in some area churches and things like that for the folks around the area, but man, this is a serious situation. People need to be aware of really to stay cool.
Right, you need to stay cool. If you don't have to go out and about, stay inside. That's the best opportunity that you have to stay cool. If you have to go out and about and, if you're working outside or whatever, drink plenty of liquids. I've always said do not drink alcohol out in the heat. It's just not a good combination. Drink plenty of water. If you like lemonade or sweet tea, that'll help too, but preferably water. The water is the best. And like Fred said, there are plenty of cooling centers. You can go to froggy96online.com and you can click on the link at the very top that says, I believe, Beat the Heat. And you can find out the cooling centers, what you need to do during the summertime heat, especially since it's getting warm out there and warm warm's not even the right word.
No.
It's just hot. And so just go to Froggy96online.com and get all the details on that. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. As you can see, plenty of sunshine for the next several days. And as Fred said, tomorrow's high will be 106. We're cooling down just a little bit, but you know, in the 100s, not cool at all. 103 on Friday. In the weekend, 102, 101 for Saturday and Sunday. By Tuesday, we could see temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, so a little bit of relief. But then on Wednesday, we're going to start warming things back up, and it's going to be hotter than a firecracker.
Yeah.
So 4th of July. Also talking about 4th of July, a lot of cities have started banning fireworks because of the heat, because we haven't had any rain for the last several weeks, and it's too hot and dry out there to be shooting off fireworks. So if your city has banned fireworks, please do not do it, because Colorado is going through the phase right now of all those wildfires. We do not need that here in Missouri.
Mayor Bill Kirkpatrick from Piedmont called me yesterday, and he said, Fred, we need to get on the air that Piedmont has now issued a burn ban.
A burn ban,
completely.
Okay.
No burning in the city of Piedmont whatsoever. There was this huge wildfire that took place down in Stoddard County yesterday. Between Bernie and Dexter, and several miles of fields were on fire. Very serious out there right now for this time of year. It's a literal Kindle box out there right now. So, folks, be careful, and do like Dustin said, stay cool if you can at all. Drink a lot of liquid, and stay tuned to 18 Eyewitness News. We'll have some tips on cooling centers for you to go to if you need to. Have a blessed evening. God bless everyone.
Have a good evening, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.